So there we have it. We're off to San Francisco to find Ted Pharaoh's tomb, apparently. The Pharaoh's tomb. Wow. Isn't that perfect? Tub says, why the statue look like a bird from a phone? What do you mean? Her? Her? Because she's beautiful. She's an angel. And those are her angel wings that you're looking at. She's beautiful. If you were hers in her situation, how long would you live? Tub, approximately a week. I'm going to try and climb something and fall to my death at some point. Katuki-san, thank you so much for redeeming your 5,000 channel points to make me view things worse today than I did yesterday. I appreciate it. Thank you. Game be like, snap, I'm not done yet. You're not done yet. We got more to do. You thought you were done. You're not. Gaia's got more to actually talk about with us too. Might as well get all of this out of the way right now. Let's get the chatting done. One thing I want to do before we go any further. Un momento. Un momento. Hold up. All right. I feel like some of these lights aren't working. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Hey, Gaia. Me again.
Welcome back, Aloy. Where shall we resume?
Where shall we resume? Wherever we left off. Our progress. How we doing? Beta. How's Beta? What's up with Beta? She seems real fucking negative. Every time I come back here, she's telling me what we can't do. I want to know what we can do. Fix her. She's broken. Reprogram her.
Beta's convinced we won't be able to capture Hephaestus.
Sorry.
With that attitude, do you really think she'll be able to build the rig and pulse generators?
It may take some coaxing, but with some assistance, I am confident she will.
I don't get her, Gaia. She's so quick to assume we'll fail. She's nothing like what I thought she'd be. I guess it'll be best if she stays here when we go to Gemini.
Damn. Companions.
All this data I've picked up in ancient bunkers and ruins. I guess I never really thought that other people would be looking at it.
Based on my observations, your companions engage quite frequently with this material. Erend has asked on numerous occasions about birthday parties. He appears perplexed by the tradition of serving a sweet confection, as it conflicts with the Oseram tradition of serving sparkling stout ale. He also suggested we host a party for you, as a surprise.
Yeah, no thanks.
That is what I predicted.
Why would he even suggest such a thing? He knows damn well we don't like parties.
Is Katalo getting along with everyone?
Yes, though he prefers to spend most of the time alone. He appears to be collating data on war machine progression and significant battles during the Pharaoh Plague, to aid in the creation of a war map of Operation Enduring Victory. I believe he aims to study the tactics of old world warfare.
I'd be interested in seeing that.
It appears to be a private pastime for him. He has repeatedly declined my offers to assist his research.
Wonder why. Biosphere status. How's things going in the biosphere? Everything dead yet?
So now that you have Ether, Demeter, and Poseidon, how's the biosphere looking?
In the local region, conditions have improved. Superstorms have subsided. Water sources have been purified, and soil conditions remediated. These improvements will stave off environmental collapse for a few additional months.
Well, with luck, soon you'll have Hephaestus. Then you'll be able to fix the biosphere for good, right?
Correct. I will be able to design and produce robotic agents to permanently reverse the environmental damage that has accumulated.
All right, back. Oh, wait, there was one for Omega clearance right here. That's new. And plan to capture Hephaestus. Those are both new. All right, let's start with plan to capture Hephaestus.
So our plan to capture Hephaestus. Let's go over it again.
As you wish. Thanks to Beta's test, we now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your alpha clearance. which is why you will need to procure Ted Farrow's Omega clearance.
Right. From his personal bunker, Thebes.
While you are gone, I will assist Beta in building the transport rig and pulse generators. When we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of the facility's cores. The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega clearance will allow you to trap it.
And then you'll be able to absorb it.
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code before the merge.
How long will that take?
There are calculations I still must run, but I estimate a few hours.
Hours?
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct. They will each take position at a cauldron door and fire off their device. The energy surge should mask our activities until the merge is complete.
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths. Sounds like a plan.
Damn, a few hours though seems like a long time to be just removing some malicious code. Plus, that also that means we have to actually be there. We have to be there.
There's something I've been wondering. How could Ted Farrow create a clearance level higher than Alpha? Elizabeth made sure he wouldn't interfere with the project.
It is plausible he tasked his own engineers with creating a back door to the Zero Dawn system, without Elizabeth's knowledge. My predecessor did not even know of its existence until he activated it to purge the Apollo database. It is, in effect, a blind spot, one that will allow us to subdue Hephaestus. And fortunately, thanks to Beta's information, we know where Omega clearance may be procured.
Right. Somewhere in San Francisco.
All right. Back about the old world. I found some shit while I was out there. This place, old world discovery. Let's go with, about Gemini.
So Gemini has 2 data cores.
Why?
I've never seen a cauldron like that. But you mentioned something about seismic activity?
When my predecessor attempted to build the cauldron, construction was disrupted by a series of earthquakes. The data core had already been built, but the rest of the facility sustained damage. So, she began again. A second core was built. However, when more tremblers occurred, she abandoned the site.
Lucky for us. Are the quakes still happening?
No, though they did also create instabilities in other facilities in the region.
All right, old world discoveries.
So the facility where I recovered Demeter used to be a Pharaoh agricultural research facility. It's where they created the biomass conversion system, but also adamantine wreath. Did Elizabeth know they were working on that?
It is likely she was briefed on other efforts to combat the machine swarm, though her focus was devoted only to Zero Dawn.
Super
Makes
busy.
sense. But they actually got the wreaths to work. If they've been able to deploy it against the Pharaoh Plague in time...
Using the data you recovered on the project, I ran several simulations and have concluded that it would never have worked. In all scenarios, the Pharaoh war machines would eventually hack and deactivate the wreaths before they could contain the swarm.
So Zero Dawn really was the only solution.
Damn. Yeah, there's a revelation. Wouldn't even have mattered they did succeed.
There was a lot of data in the greenhouse facility about agriculture. Do you think it'll help the Quen fix their homeland?
I will run a query. Complete. The data contains information about novel crop production methods, which may be beneficial to the tribe in the long term.
But new crops aren't going to save the world, so I guess it's on us.
It is.
Yeah. In the short term, they're dead. This place. Right here.
I found some data in one of the rooms you unlocked. It mentioned that there are still functional seed banks beneath this facility. Why is it there?
My predecessor was tasked with reconstituting the biosphere with primary and secondary plant species. Had everything gone according to plan, humans would have eventually been able to introduce tertiary species, including new crops.
Can we access them now?
Unfortunately, it will have to wait. I require control over the machines in order to access and distribute the preserved seed stock.
And for that we need Hephaestus. It's something to look into later then.
In the future. Things down the road. We kind of... There is other stuff here. Demeter, Aether. Could Hephaestus help us defeat? We already asked this stuff, but it's still showing up as lit up. So she probably has like one or two other lines.
Farewell, for now.
I'm guessing she has one or two other lines of dialogue. Nope, she's done. That's it. Nailed it first try. We did it. We're out of here. We're not out of here. We got to go talk to, oh, I bet you Zoe. I already see her shit. Talk to Zoe. I bet you she's able, we're able to do her side quest now. That would be my guess. There's also another side quest here. New quest. Everybody has an exclamation point over their head. Awesome. Great. What I wanted. You. Let's talk. Aaron.
Lonely.
Let's just I hear about you going west.
Turns out we need one last thing before we can grab Hephaestus.
Oh, quest.
Because it would have been too easy otherwise.
Quest.
I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tenakth rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
Well, rebels and Oseram. So the Oseram, there was Oseram helping out the rebels that we actually fought in one of the rebel encampments. I think that's what she's referring to here.
I discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels.
I thought that was something only you could do.
I'm
Right?
familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tenakth?
Bingo.
Pretty much.
Oh, well, that's just great!
Is there any way you can help me find out who they are? Anything to track them down and stop them.
Yeah, I can send out some messages from Chainscrape. Get in touch with my contacts in the claim, see what I can find out.
I'd appreciate that.
There's so many things going on all over the place, like just everywhere. There's like little things happening all around us, all leading eventually back to the same thing, you know. Your training, how's that going?
Bet you're used to that focus by now.
Well, I can hit machines in their weak points. I guess that's something. I wish all the other data was as easy to deal with. To be honest, it's hard to understand half of what's on there. And then the other half reminds me, well, this isn't a fight you can win by just waving a hammer. Which is kind of what I do. But hey, that just means I gotta study harder.
Right?
Make myself useful.
Just give it time.
I love his attitude for that right there. It just means that now I have to use my brain instead of my brawn. Remember, do all side quests, then the story mission. No. Okay, maybe. Probably. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Your training.
You've been looking at any interesting data?
I asked Gaia to find me something to look at a while back. And she found the mother of all forges. They called it sports. Turns out the old ones spent a lot of time tackling and punching each other for points in one game or another. Are you mixing some solid food and fresh ale? I bet half the claim will be lining up to watch.
That's exactly what happened. Let's continue your training.
What else have you been studying with your focus?
Yeah, I've been looking into this Vegas place you found. Gaia showed us everything that happened when you went to get that Poseidon thing. I mean, this Merlin guy seems pretty smart. Though, risking the Tenakth clan lands for a light show is a bold move.
Bold move, Cotton.
His crew knows how to handle themselves. Mostly.
Right.
Why did he, this is Kaduki says, why did he semi-describe old-timers hockey? I think he wasn't just talking about hockey. It was boxing. It was tackle football. All the things. It's because that's what he actually enjoys, right? I mean, that's Aaron right there. I love him. I love him for it. I love that Aaron's Aaron. I like how he also described everybody sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings watching. some good food, and some ale. Essentially, just described everyone sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings, watching it. Companions.
Anything happen I should know about?
Zoe asked us to help her bring more plants in here. Not for eating, apparently. Yeah, if you ask me, place is fine as it is.
I didn't even notice.
Metal might be plain, but it's sturdy. Nothing wrong with that. Who needs a bunch of vegetation?
I didn't even notice. Look around. There's plants everywhere now. Or about companions.
How are things with Katalo? You still scared of him?
Oh, she thinks she's funny. Actually, I played strike with him. I had to fill in most of the conversation myself, but I'm still alive.
Glad to hear it.
That's it for him.
I need to get going.
I think I know the answer, but are you sure you don't need any help? Gaia mentioned this other tribe you found, the Quen. They sound like a nasty bunch.
I can handle them.
No.
In the meantime, Varl will help you get ready for what comes next.
Take care of yourself, Aloy.
All right. Probably not going to see him for quite a while now. We should come over here. There's probably some stuff in here for us to loot. Yoink. All them supplies, baby. We get a canister burrower circulator, bellowback circulator. That's kind of it. Man. Could have been better. That's all I'm saying. All right, Varl, what up, buddy?
Aloy, you're here. Did you meet with the Quen already?
Not yet.
After all the trouble you went through getting those subfunctions, seems unfair you have to deal with these Quen on your own too.
It's safer this way. They think I'm Sobek or something like that. They won't hurt me, but I doubt they'll be so kind to anyone else.
If you say so. Let me know if you need anything before you go.
Okay, you're training.
You better not be slacking off on your studies while I'm gone.
Risk Zoe coming after me? I value my life. In fact, I've been reading about Ted Faro, how he destroyed the world and crawled into a hole
That's a
after
big
killing
book.
those who saved it.
He definitely was a piece of work.
Man, that's a giant book right there of shit that you're getting into if you're reading about Ted Faro.
I hope Zoe's not upset I'm distracting you from your training.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that.
What do you mean? What happened?
Before Zoe found a way to fix the land gods, I suggested that when Gaia was fully restored, she could just make new ones.
Well, once we get Hephaestus, that's definitely a possibility.
That's what I said, but I guess there was something about my tone she didn't like. She got pretty raw, said I didn't understand the way her tribe feels about those machines. Which is true, of course, and the last thing I'd ever want to do is dismiss their traditions. But I was trying to look at things differently. More like you know? To see a machine as just a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I led you into trouble there, didn't I?
Not your fault. Don't worry.
Yeah, they don't see them as machines. You can't just replace a land god with another land god to them. That particular land god is the one that they've been worshiping. So, yeah, changing that up doesn't really work for them.
Did you talk to Zoe after your fight?
I suffered through a few hours of glaring silence. Then she seemed to move on.
Sort of.
How do people do this? How do I know if the next thing I say won't blow up in my face? What if an apology is not enough next time?
You give her a stuffed animal?
You're the worst. You know that?
What makes you think I know anything about any of this? You're on your own.
Abandoning me again, huh? Well, if she kills me next time, it's on you.
Well, Beta and Gaia built the rig. Can you get everyone ready for the mission ahead?
Of course.
What is it?
Nothing. It's just that everything's about to change. We'll get Gaia, and she'll help us set things right. No more zeniths, no more derangement. It'll be a different world. I welcome it, but I wonder how the Nora will react. And the Karja, and well, everyone.
Let's just focus on fixing Gaia for now.
You're right. We've got an angry AI to take down.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, focusing in on just getting Gaia back up to 100% should be the only thing you focus on. The rest of that is, that's tertiary shit. That's stuff that You can't have those without the other. Just focus on the important thing right now. Welcome to the relationship, says Burl Boogeyman. Welcome to relationships. I have no idea what I say is going to get me smacked. And then what do? Flowers and stuffed animals.
If I get Omega clearance and then we grab Hephaestus, we might finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging Thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once.
All right, that's it.
I'll be in touch if I need anything.
Over and out.
We'll be ready. Everyone's been briefed on the pulse generators as well.
Good.
All right, so where's Zoe at? I want to see. I guarantee Zoe is has got the code that we need now to fix her land gods. Zoe.
Aloy.
Hey, yo, Zoe.
I hear you're going further west past the Tenakth clanlands.
Do you know anything about the area?
Only hearsay. The Utaru tell stories of an island that lies beyond the western coast. They call it the Isle of Spires. It is said the Old Ones built towers there that touch the sky, so they could live far away from the earth that bore them. As if they didn't want to be reminded that they'd one day return to it.
Sounds like something Ted Faro would do.
Healing the land gods. Do we have that yet?
Any progress with your plan for the land gods? Is the reboot code ready?
It is. But there is difficult work ahead. Gaia warned me that because the land gods are linked together in a network, the code must be delivered to all of them. Most are in Plainsong, but in recent years, 3 of them wandered off. So, T, and Do.
We have to find them?
No, we know where they are, but they're hard to reach. So, wandered into a lake and sank. Do ventured into a dangerous canyon, and T broke down amidst a herd of machines.
Okay. Tell you what. You go to Plainsong, handle all the land gods there. I'll take care of So, T, and Do. I'll need their locations, plus the reboot code.
I'm sending the data to you now. My people made shrines near where each land god faltered. When you see them, you'll know you're close. And once again, thanks for your help.
We're not gonna let your people starve, Zoe. I promise.
All right. Now we can go get the 3 that are left over. She'll take care of the other ones, which is nice. Virgo says, and what about me? What about Re, Mi, Fa, La? Those are the ones that she's going to go take care of. Where are they at? Those are the ones that are in Plainsong. The other 3 have wandered away. The reason that they got their name is actually because one of the programmers, it's the whole area that they're in is basically an old satellite array, and one of the programmers decided to program in Do Re Mi Fa Sol La Ti Do. That what is that? It's like a, I don't know what is that song or whatever the hell it is. You know, they program that in to as sounds that would go off as how did they explain it? There was a whole thing about it, and there was something that we read back in like episode 4 or 5 about it. It programmed it into the satellites so that they would do it when and like in the morning or something like that, or at a specific time of day or something, if I remember right. So then they picked up on that, and then that's what they named the machines. Reading all the shit left behind. All right, the training.
How much have you read on Ted Faro?
Enough to wonder how a man who worked so hard to heal the world once could let greed and pride condemn it so easily. For one's spirit to diminish in such a way, I'm not sure if I should hate him or pity him.
All right, training.
It looked like you were working on something over there.
With Gaia now growing in strength, I've been trying to find a way to heal the land gods, even if some people think I should give up on them.
Already said I was sorry.
Your friend thought it'd be a good idea to replace the land gods with new machines when Gaia recovers.
It wasn't.
The land gods have taken care of our people for generations. They are not some broken toy to be thrown away. Even if they are just machines doing their job, to abandon them in their time of suffering seems cruel.
I'm sure Varl understands that too.
He does now. I had to get pretty mad at him at first, though.
You know I can hear you guys, right?
You know I'm standing right behind you, right?
You ever play that board game Aaron set up?
Strike? I'm the one who gave it to him. I was hoping it'd distract him enough to spare us that ruckus he calls death metal. No such luck.
Companions.
You and Varl doing okay? Training, I mean.
We're doing fine. Although I admit it'd be nice to take a small break from studying, just the two of us. But then who'd look after Erend?
There's always Gatalo.
Leave a loud Oseram with a brooding Tenakth. What could go wrong?
Ituki-sen says that was cool. Yep, it really was. Murgo said he's eavesdropping. No, he's literally standing right behind us. Like right there.
What's everyone been up to?
I've been trying to share some of my meals with Beta. Thought it might help her feel more at home. Maybe even get her to sleep up here instead of in that dark basement. She would not be moved.
I appreciate you trying.
Patience reaps the best harvest. I'm not giving up hope yet.
We gotta go talk to her yet, too. All right, that's everything. Farewell.
I should get going. Hopefully I can bring back what we need to capture Festus. After that, I'm gonna need everyone's help.
We'll be ready.
Boogie said he ain't been dropping no eaves. He's literally standing right there. I think she said that with intentions of him hearing. All right, so we got to go find, we got two more people. We got Katalo. We got to talk to Katalo. Wait, wasn't he should be in this room right here, right? Yeah, there he is. And then we got to go talk to Beta too. And he has a quest available for us.
The 10 road machines too, in a way.
In a way.
Got
Katalo!
As many as you need.
I have to travel beyond the western coast.
To the ruins, shrouded in fog.
Yes, and I'm looking for a tribe, the Quen. I encountered them once before. They said they came from across the Great Ocean. I was hoping that Tenakth knew more about them.
There were rumors of trespassers in the area, but we thought they were just bandits. Hikaru sent out a patrol or two, but I don't recall them reporting back. We've had more pressing concerns, as you know. I'm sorry. That's all I can tell you.
It's okay. I guess I'll find out soon enough.
What's over there?
There's something I've been meaning to discuss with you. It's personal. If you have a moment to spare.
I got you, boo. What's up? A personal request? Do tell.
You said there was something you wanted to talk about?
I've been speaking with Gaia. She mentioned that the Zeniths bind metal with flesh to make themselves stronger. I was wondering if you'd help me do the same.
You want to make yourself a new arm?
Yes. Gaia insists she can help me build such a thing if I can get the necessary data and materials. She believes these things lie in the place where Beta hid from the Zeniths.
Their ancient research lab.
I am not as familiar with old world machinery as you are. I could use your assistance.
It might be dangerous. The Zeniths probably still keep an eye on that place. We were lucky to get out of there alive the first time.
I see.
But sounds like this is worth the risk.
By the 10, we shall see it through.
He's sick of everybody making fun of him in the chat about only having one arm. Like Boogie, who's like, hey, Flappy, why don't you give us a high five? He's had it. We're getting him a new arm. It's over. What about your training?
Anything interesting happen while I was away?
I found an acceptable place to practice with my blade.
Oh, and where's that?
Outside, above the base. There's a nest of sunwings that are always up for a fight.
Ever thought of sparring with something that's not trying to kill you?
That would defeat the purpose of the training.
Okay. Boogie says, Ray Rockitsauce, you should give him a hand with that. Damn it. Murgo says, by the way, does he have a new blue band on his arm? I think that's the same old one. He might have cleaned it. It might be a clean bandage for his nub. He surely have a hard time He surely will have a hard time doing a hand job and a bubble bath at the same time, says Murgo.
Found anything interesting during your training?
Gaia told me where to find data on how wars were waged in the old world. I knew the 10 fought against machines, much as we do now, but it seems they were among the last of their kind. Later, machines battled other machines on behalf of greedy leaders as they vied for lands and spoils. At least the Tenakth have the courage to put their lives on the line when conflicts arise.
There is nobility in that. But maybe we just need fewer conflicts in the first place.
Yes, of course. Hekarro would have it so as well.
Where's the fun in that? Angry Man said he should give you a round of applause for your effort, Rocket. That's not okay. It's not okay, guys. Training.
Anything else you've been looking at with that focus?
Gaia showed me the knowledge you recovered out in the desert. I am no chaplain, but I'd be curious to test if something I read is true.
What is it?
The Old Ones believed one could hear the great waters, even in the middle of the desert, if you carried the carcass of a water animal with you. They called them seashells.
That sounds kind of gross.